All right, this is a historical game in the sense that this was on the opening day of field football, and this guy is the first person besides me to ever play the Australian football version of the game for solo mode. Um, So what's going on in the video there? This is purely exhibition play. This is not official gameplay because a couple of things. You're trying to drive the cones that you see there that are in sets in order, 1, 2, then 3. And if you are able to do that, you can return to the mark, which is way out. It's the little red penalty flag there that you see, used to, mark off distance from the goal. So anyway, what happens is you have to drive for the cone sets 3 times before you can begin kicking consecutively. And if you're able to make it through the cones, what happens is you return to the mark and you get all 5 balls to take a shot at the goal and an extra point. And that's the lure, is to try to get through the cones. And if you're playing in 2-player mode, going for the cones is a great way to control the clock. If you're ahead, all you do, if you've got a game wrapped up and need to kill time at the end, just drive for the cones, because you're still able on the 5th ball when driving for the first set of cones to try to score. So if you pull ahead in a game, say if this were a 2-player game, at the end of the game, if you just want to kill time, you can opt to just go for the cones to seal a victory. And that happens in football when teams are able to just run the clock out after they've won. So that's where that comes from. But this is filmed on my tablet, and the reason that it's such poor quality is that the other cameras had run out of battery on the opening day. I'd filmed so many games, so this is my backup camera. Apologize for the lousy film quality, but another major thing that you see here happening in the game that would never take place in official play is that you do not kick the balls back or do anything like that. The player has to gather the balls and bring them all back. That's a punishment built into the game. So if you miss a lot, what happens? Well, you spend a lot of time walking around, gathering up those balls, and then having to carry them all the way back to the tee. So again, this is not official play. This is just purely exhibition, just to get very rudimentary understanding of the game. And it's historically significant in that it's part of our kind of exhibition inaugural season. But like I say, when the official league gets going, this will be officiated and really tightly, so that one other thing is that you have to stay behind the mark when you're driving the ball, and if you don't, that's going to get called, because that's illegal. So anyway, this is just a little glimpse here. Now what's happening in the game is that this player is almost completed all 3 drives for the cones, and that means that as the game winds down, they'll be able to return and start scoring consecutively. And there were 9 points scored in this game, so this guy was able to connect, and is literally the first person, like I say, to play this game. So kicking the ball back towards the tee, throwing it back like that, that's illegal. In official play, you have to carry all the balls back. And again, why? Well, because it's a punishment. If you're efficient, you don't spend time having to, chase balls down, carry them, etc. It's just a way to kind of punish you and make you work really hard for missing the cones and goal. You end up chasing the ball a lot more. And there's a good kick. I believe that was good. And he connects on many of these. And again, these guys are not even kicking with cleats. This is at Golden Gate Park, and sadly, my aunt, who the sport is dedicated to, is fighting a really uphill battle with her treatment, and this is all for her. And sometimes it may seem like I come across as kind of a stickler about the rules, but I want the sport to be airtight, and I want it to be, officiated from the word go. And there is a rule book, and it's available in Kindle and print. You can find it on Amazon. It's the official rule book of field football, 4th edition. It's free if you have Amazon Prime on your Kindle, and it's 99 cents on Kindle if you want to just read it and check it out and see if you can get an idea of how it works. Again, this is one part of the game that is the solo mode. There's definitely team mode, and teams are 4-on-4. So imagine a proper field, and that's what this would look like. So again, this is the first game in history of the official Field Football League to be played by a person who was a big AFL guy, apparently, because he sure took to it quickly, and I hope that he'll come back. And this guy got a copy of the rule book for donating game time, and I think that's for as many copies as I have, I'll do that. And this event coming up is Saturday, May 26th at Golden Gate Park and Speedway Meadows at 3 p.m. We'll be there in the wind, and we'll be there all day. So come check us out. All right, thanks for watching, San Francisco.